Lord, it has been a really long time since we've covered something horror related. I'm pretty happy to be back into the horror stuff, but anyways, here is your trigger warning and your spoiler warning. But with all of that out of the way, let's just jump right into it. Right out of the gate, I want to start with the whole setup of Another. Basically, this class is cursed. Every year, new students come in and a couple of them die because of a ghost or something along the lines of that. And to break this curse, the students need to ignore one student to even things out, or on the flip side, they can murder the extra student to once again even things out. And if the numbers get evened out, then the curse is broken and no one else dies. Yay! But things don't really go that smoothly for the class that we follow because, oh boy, there is a lot, and I mean a lot of death. Especially at the end of the anime, shit just really hit the fan and people were dying left and right. And honestly, Another is somewhat reminiscent of a Final Destination film with the whole curse and people randomly dying in unfortunate accidents. I'm not sure if this was intentional or not, but pretty early on I made that connection. All in all, I will say, to wrap up this section, the whole setup was enjoyable and spooky at times. It left me wondering and it kept me on the edge of my seat, just waiting to see what happened next. It was incredibly solid and the whole setup was just great. With all of the story horror stuff out of the way, we get to finally talk about the really gross and horrific elements, mainly focusing on the deaths. And there is a lot of death in this anime, and we'll start with one of the first deaths in the anime, and that is the umbrella scene, the same one I showed at the beginning of this video, and it was nasty, but also set the tone for the rest of the anime because things moved a little slow at first, but seeing a chick get impaled with her own umbrella is obviously wild and kind of gross, I'm not gonna lie. I believe there was a couple deaths or one or two deaths besides this one, but this was the one where it's like, oh my god, what the hell? And the trend of violent deaths doesn't stop there, and I guess I can just show you some of the rather graphic ones to illustrate my point a little bit better. Hopefully YouTube doesn't get mad at me. Shoji, the classroom teacher, stabbed himself in the neck with a kitchen knife. This scene was really gruesome because of all the blood. It was absolutely wild to see the teacher off himself. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect the teacher to die, but you know, Another really likes its surprises. Junta gets hit by a boat and was chopped up into pieces. Apparently, he died of a stroke before he got chopped up by the boat, so it really just added insult to injury there. Yumi fell and just snapped her neck. Kyoko was stabbed in the back by fellow classmate Tomohiko, and can we take a moment to reflect on how much of a hoe Tomohiko was? I didn't like him from the start, and I still don't like him now. Tomohiko also killed Aki with a knife through the neck, and I'm not gonna lie, the neck stuff is hard to watch at times. It's just so brutal to me. I don't know why, but the neck is something that's like really gross to see. It's always the neck. I don't know why it's always the neck, but it is. It's really gross. We also get to see Tomohiko get his shit bashed in with one strong bonk to the head, and he was out. That was quite entertaining to see. I rather enjoyed that one. And lastly, Izumi was impaled by multiple pieces of glass. I didn't really see this one coming, but it was brutal nonetheless, and I guess it helped even out those numbers of the class maybe a little bit, who knows. This is what really like pushes the Final Destination stuff for me. You know, relating it to that film is, oh my god, glass shatter, and somehow a million pieces just hits Izumi and just impales her. It's so weird, but you know, curse and whatever. And our death count, according to the Another wiki, is 5 male students, 7 female students, 1 teacher, 9 family members, and I believe Rico was a bonus kill. So yeah, there is quite a bit of death. But hopefully that actually illustrated my point, and I'm praying to God YouTube doesn't get mad at me for it, but Another had some really good deaths, and I have to compliment them on it. Also, there wasn't any whack censorship, which is always a good thing in my book, because good God, I hate censorship in anime. Also, another had a really great balance of story and horror. I know the gory stuff is really appealing and it gives you that good shock factor, but all that horror stuff gets really boring if it doesn't have a good story to back it up, and I'm happy to say that another had a good story to back up all the horror stuff. All around, the horror in another was great, whether that be psychological or character deaths. It was all just really great and entertaining. I'm honestly a little disappointed that I didn't watch another sooner because it truly was a really good anime. And I found it quite entertaining. It's been honestly a fat minute since I watched a horror anime, and honestly, horror anime doesn't come out that often, which is very unfortunate. So it's always nice to watch a horror anime, and I have to say, another didn't disappoint me in the slightest. It was a really great watch, and it definitely shocked me quite a few times where I was like, damn, didn't expect that to happen. It was brutal, had a good story, kept me on the edge of my seat. All around, it was just great. And even though I may have spoiled it for you, if you haven't watched another yet, I highly suggest checking it out so you can experience it for yourself. I don't think it will disappoint you in the slightest. It's really good. Check it out. If you want to be spooked or scared, or you just want to watch some anime characters die, I'm not judging you at all, alright? Check it out. It's really good. Take my word for it. But that about does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on another down in the comments. Check the description for all my links. I'll also drop a synopsis for another down there as well. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.